Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. Please allow me to tell you a story through the cards. I work in a very unstructured way and I read very symbolically. If you're curious, you can stick around, and if it's not for you, then you know what to do. First cards out are enlightening and intelligence. You feel brilliant. Your ideas feel brilliant. It's a mix of extreme light, extreme presence. I'm sensing this to be like very, very sharp, but mainly present. It's really the right word here. Inside of other people's awareness. The star, you see? You're burning bright in the sense that people are noticing you greatly. You're shining. You're really, really shining here. Maybe through your intelligence, first and foremost. But I think you have a very unique quality about you. I think you love attention as well. And you're not shy. You could also be connected, you know, like when we say, okay, someone is truly connected. So very much aware of how you get your messages through spirit and your guides. Like it's a higher form of intelligence. You're being fed by your higher self. Let's look at what's going on around that. We have the Chariot, the Queen of Wands, and the Five of Rods, the Five of Wands. The Queen of Rods here, this is exactly the bold energy. The energy of being exuberant, outgoing, wanting to look really pretty, handsome, making sure that you appear in a good light, that you're being seen and heard, that you're being noticed. So everything is in line here. This queen is extremely combative. She can sustain any form of competition here. She demarks herself because she's different. There's something very, very original to her. She could be a Leo, it could be an Aquarius, or even a Cancer. And the influence of the Chariot here is just how much of a busybody she is, just how fast and quick her intelligence works. The fact that she's decisive, that she knows where she's going, that she's actually heading that way. There's a lot of determination here. A lot of someone pushing through the obstacles almost at all costs, and you know, regardless of what happens. So there's a great form of courage that's being shown here. There's a little bit of insensitivity. You could be insensitive to what others are feeling and thinking about you. So that's a good thing because you're doing your thing. But you could be insensitive when it comes to the direction that you're taking. You might be stepping on other people's toes, but for some reason it feels like you don't care so much. And not to say that you're not caring, but your goal is more important than anything else at the moment. So here we get a message. So I believe that if you're enlightened and you're smart and that you get these downloads that I was telling you and you're able to articulate them and be seen and heard, you basically have something to say, something to convey. This is where you're headed. You being self-expressed, self-expressive about either a particular topic, something that you hold dear to your heart. I feel that you're the one delivering the messages. As much as you're getting downloads, yes, you're getting messages, personal messages, quote unquote, from spirit. But that might apply to a multitude, and this is what your role is. And I feel that you're taking this very seriously. You're committed to that. So let's look at the side of the Five of Wands and see a little bit what the competition is, or why you have to fight your way through a little bit. We get the Tree of Life, and it reads, this is a French word, it means roots. There's a lot of mystery relating to how you have to forge your way through. It's part of a learning curve. It's part of the way you root yourself into this world, the place that you occupy, your place, the way you need to define that. It could pertain to your family, like where you come from. Maybe you have to struggle a little bit with, quote unquote, the people that are close to you. Maybe they ground you, yes, but they also attach you. And maybe you want to rise here because of the star. You tend to want to levitate, but your roots are, so yes, keeping you grounded and rooted. So it's a good thing. But it's also something that could be keeping you stuck. And there's an opposition here between where you want to go and traveling towards that destination, symbolic or not, versus where you're coming from. It could be like a slow down and become an obstacle, basically. That's what I'm saying. Let me pull more tarot here and see what the message is, what you're saying. This one. The Six of Cups in the reverse. You see, it points to nostalgic memories. People that you would have, that are familiar to you, that you have maybe a very strong attachment to. So much so that it is slowing you down. So I think this card belongs here. I really do believe that your childhood was maybe difficult to a degree. We all have our own experiences positive and negative rooted in childhood that shape us. But here you seem to be thinking about those, and it could be slowing you down. It's definitely someone that you know that is sort of creating a struggle for you. It's not so much a struggle then you feel that you have to overcome the hurdle that they represent, whatever that means to you. On the other side is the King of Pentacles. So this is where you're headed. You want financial growth and expansion. You actually want to create a business out of traveling with your messages and carrying your messages as far as possible and worldwide. It's something that you wish to capitalize on. Truly, it's creating a business here. So maybe some people are jealous. It could be that we do have the Five of Wands. It could point to envy from others for being so daring and actually being so adventurous. And there are not. The people here that are slowing you down are a lot less curious about the world and other customs and, trying to... They don't like to explore. They like what's familiar. And that's very different from who you are. Hence why you're enlightened. You've had some experiences that have really shaped you differently from the rest of your family. You see, light. As I was speaking of enlightenment, it's like you've seen something, you've found out something. You know that the place where you shine the brightest is when you explore, when you travel, when you speak up, when you build, when you capitalize on your talents, when you interact with others. Let's look at the other side. The sacral chakra, which is, much more rooted into earthly desires and, being embodied, feeling rooted. It's not the root chakra, it's the one right above, but it's still very much at the bottom of one's body, and it speaks to what you desire. So usually the temptations relating to what your desires could be. But it is still a very positive thing to see here, because it means that you're able to bridge, being grounded and having energy, Kundalini energy, come from the bottom and rise all the way to the top, and your crown chakra of being enlightened and seeing, the most wondrous light. It's a very powerful reading here. Incredibly. I'm hearing defining, so if you didn't know this about yourself, know that you have an opportunity to separate yourself from where you come from that could be impeding your growth and impeding your talent, like sort of stopping you from exploiting your talents. So anything that's that you'd be nostalgic about, you kind of have to like draw a line here and relinquish maybe the disappointment relating to having memories that are not so pleasant, or finding out that some people don't have your best interest at heart, even if they're close people to you. Ultimately, who you are will shine through anyway, no matter what happens. That is stronger and the strongest here, and it'll come through no matter what. It's not like you can't, that cannot be thwarted. So that's the message. Hopefully you've enjoyed the story. I know I have. So let me know in the comments what you think. I'd love to hear from you. It's nice to have an interaction with the viewers. Please like the video. That would mean that you appreciated the work I do. Please share and subscribe as well. I'll see you soon. Thank you.